Imagine waking up one morning, the sun barely up, and in less than an hour, the fate of an entire nation has already been decided. It sounds like a movie script, but it really happened. Today you're going to hear the amazing story of the shortest war of all time. A conflict so quick it lasted less time than it takes to make and drink breakfast. We're talking about the Anglo-Zanzibar War, which officially went down in history as the clash that ended in just 38 minutes. But, hold on, don't think this story is simple or unimportant. Behind this seemingly strange number is a plot full of power, ambition, technology and decisions that completely changed the path of a people. Get ready, because by the end of this video you'll not only find out how such a war started and ended so quickly, but also the secrets that few people tell about this almost forgotten episode in history. It all began on August 27th, 1896, when the Sultan of Zanzibar passed away, leaving a power vacuum that made the small group of islands boil over. The problem was, who would take the throne? The British government, which already had a strong influence in the area, had its own interests and wanted a sultan who would follow their orders. But the person chosen by the British was not the same person who took the throne. This small detail turned a seemingly normal succession into a powder keg about to explode. While British diplomats gave ultimatums and demanded surrender, the new sultan ordered the palace to be made stronger. In a few hours, British warships were already anchored off the coast, armed with such firepower that they could destroy everything in minutes. And believe me, that's exactly what happened. At 9 in the morning, when the British deadline ended, the cannons fired without mercy. The palace walls were turned to rubble, and in less than 40 minutes, the Sultan's resistance was crushed. But the most surprising thing is to see how different the forces were. While the Sultan had poorly trained soldiers, old weapons and a small army, the British had destroyers, modern cannons, and a navy that couldn't be beaten at the time. The outcome was clear, but the speed with which it all ended made the event a major point in military history. The so-called shortest war in the world left hundreds dead and wounded in Zanzibar, while the United Kingdom only had one sailor injured. That absurd difference shows not only the harshness of the British Empire, but also how new technology set the rules in any fight in the 19th century. But the issue goes beyond the number of minutes. The Anglo-Zanzibar War shows how colonial empires used any excuse to crush local resistance and put their rulers in power by force. The people of Zanzibar had no choice. The succession, which should have been a decision by the people, became a chess game controlled by foreign powers. This event, though quick, reveals how imperialism works. Control through fear, a show of strength, and the clear message that resisting would be useless. More than a historical curiosity, this war is a harsh picture of the unfairness between powerful countries and colonized peoples. So, when you hear someone say a war lasted only 38 minutes, remember that, in that short time, an entire culture was silenced, and a nation lost its right to choose. This isn't just the story of a quick war, but of how speed and violence can change the fate of thousands of people in the blink of an eye.